Hi everyone, this is Shannon from theirishscrapper.com. And today I just have a birthday card for you guys using a stamp set I haven't used in a while. This is from the annual catalog. This is called Big on Birthdays. There's some very large sentiments and you get some different fonts in here. And as you guys know, I do a lot of birthday cards, so I always like to have a mixture in my collection, and this is a great one. So today we are just going to create this simple card here, and I've also created it in Lemon Lime Twist just to give you guys a little different look. Of course it can be done in any color. We're going to do powder pink today, and we're also going to use the Stamparatus. Not that we have to for this type of card, but just so that I can show it to you guys. It will be available to customers in the new catalog starting June 1st. So let's go ahead and get started. For our card base, I am using a piece of powder pink. This is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. I have a piece of Whisper White. This is just a scrap. It's not cut down to size. I will cut it down once we do our stamping. And then I have a piece of our Fresh Florals Designer Series paper. And in this pattern, this I believe is 3 1/4 by 3 3/4. Let me just check myself here. 3 1/4, yes, by 3 3/4. We are also going to emboss using the Petal Burst embossing folder. And for our ink, I am using Memento Tuxedo Black and the Blushing Bride for the bow, which is a little deeper tone than the powder pink, just to give us a little contrast. I'm also using a bit of the shimmer ribbon in the powder pink as well. Okay, so let's go ahead. We will grab the Big Shot, I think, and do our embossing first. I just have the standard Big Shot platform that it comes with, my acrylic cutting pad. Let me grab my embossing folder. And I'm just going to line up my score line with the edge of this folder so that I have no issues when I go to crease my card. I'm going to set that in there. We're going to put that other plate on top and roll that through. Sorry for the wobble, it's my camera, not my desk. Okay, so you can see now that embossing went just along the score line. That's all we need the Big Shot for, so I'm going to set that aside. Okay, we're going to give this a nice crease. Okay. Bone folder. Very good. Alright, so now I'm going to bring in our Stamparatus. So the Stamparatus comes like this. You get your Stamparatus, you get your black sponge mat, you get 2 of the plates, and then you also have your 2 magnets. Now I will say, as you can see, I've added some washi tape to mine just to help me get them up. They are very, very strong, and you can tell that I've already cracked mine. By complete mistake on my desk, they snapped together, and sure enough, I had done that once before and they were fine, but the second time did it. So I'm just going to be careful. We will have replacement magnets in the catalog when that comes out. So I will order myself an extra set, but the washi tape just helps to lift them because they're so strong. You kind of have to slide it out and then grab it, and this is a much easier way. So you always want to keep these 2 apart, which is why they have those compartments separated. And as far as your Stamparatus itself, you only need this sponge mat for photopolymer stamps, which we're going to be using today. For our red rubber, you can just use your Stamparatus like this. And your 2 plates have grid lines in them, and you just stand them straight up, and they will just set right in to our 2 compartments. Now, they will not close together, so you don't want to ever try to close the Stamparatus with both plates attached. Take them out and just sit them on top. But this gives you the option, of course, to use 2 at a time. if you need to, and then you can actually, it's really 4 because you can lift it up, flip it around, drop it in, and do some more stamping. So it's a very nice tool. I have to say I do believe it's the best on the market. I love having this hinge here, giving us the option to move things is really nice. And we'll use this, you know, I'll do more showing of that later on once it's available to you guys. So I'm going to take my magnets off. I'm going to open this, and I'm just going to place one there and one there. Okay, now I am going to take the Wishing You a Very Happy Birthday stamp, and I'm just really going to set it here in the middle. I'm not looking for any particular spot because my paper is oversized. Okay, so you can see how easy that is. Now, with your plate, to make it level, you can just stick your stamp case right underneath that, and that will even it out for you, and that will be easier then for you to ink it up. So I'm going to take my Memento Tuxedo Black, and I'm going to ink up my sentiment. I'm going to make sure I get a nice ink there. Okay, and we are just going to go right down. And I'm going to give that a nice press, maybe even a little rub, and come straight up. And then I'm just going to use a wipe to clean my stamp. Just like that. Okay, now I can go ahead and take this out, flip it around, and we can go ahead and do our bow. So the bow that comes with this set, there's a little notch right here. I am going to put that right over my H in my sentiment, and that's where I found, let me bring this down so I can make sure I'm straight. That's a perfect fit. So now I have my other stamp ready. I'm going to take my Blushing Bride, and we're going to ink up our bow. Okay, now I'm going to go back over this, give this a nice press. I'm giving it a nice rub, but as you know, if you don't get, say, enough ink, maybe at an edge, you just come back in with your ink, re-ink it, and come right back down. And I'll just pretend that my two edges needed a little bit more pressure, so I will press on that. And there we go. Okay, so let's lift this out. Let me clean off my stamp. We're going to trim this down. I'm going to lift my plate out, and I'm just going to put my magnets back, and we'll have that ready for the next time. Alright, so I'm going to trim my layer down here, and let me just give you the measurements. The sentiment is 3 by 3.5. So there is our sentiment now. I'm going to go ahead and lay down my ribbon across my Designer Series paper. So I'm just going to add a bit of fast fuse on each of those sides. And we're just going to lay that in the fast fuse. Then I can come back and add more adhesive. Just like that. We're going to center this in our card. Sorry, there I was out of frame. Now we can bring back our sentiment. Okay, we're going to layer that down right there. And then we're just going to add a little of our rhinestone to our bow. So I'm going to grab my paper piercer. Whoops, lost that rhinestone. And we're going to add that right here to our bow. And that completes our card. Isn't that pretty? So very simple. This is a great set to have in your collection. If you'd like to purchase any of today's products, you can head on over to the description of the video where you will find a full supply list. Here is the lemon lime twist version just to give you a little different color. And I look forward to being back with you guys real soon. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.